Hello, Stuart families. This is your principal, Audra Goodman, coming to you with this week's Star Review. Before we get started, I wanted to apologize for missing the last couple weeks of this video. Over spring break, time got the best of me because I was relaxing with my family, and then last week I was out of town. But from here on out, I promise to be back on track and make sure you have these videos to watch. With that said, I really hope that everyone got outside and got to enjoy the beautiful weather that we were given this weekend. With that, hopefully, even though it wasn't here today and it's not going to be super hot this upcoming week, the weather is starting to warm up. And with that, kids get hot and grumpy and they don't understand that it's normal to feel a little bit winded or not great when the weather is warm. So this is how you can help us with that. We talk to the kids about ways to deal with the heat. When they're out at recess, sometimes we don't get to run as hard. Maybe sometimes there's just moments where you gotta slow down. If it gets too hot, they can always take shelter in the play shed. They always need to make sure to drink lots of water often throughout the day, not just last minute when they're already thirsty. So parents, you can help us out by dressing your student in layers so that way they can kind of peel down so they can stay cool. Remind them that they might not need to bring that coat out to recess because we don't want it to end up in lost and found. Maybe a layer of sunscreen, especially if your child tends to burn really easily because it happens really quick, especially if they're playing on the blacktop. We also don't want open-toed shoes because as the weather gets warmer, I know sandals are really appealing, but we've got the wood chips, they're playing games, we don't want feet to get stepped on. So all of those things can be really helpful in us dealing with the heat. And just talk to your kid and let them know it's normal to get hot and feel uncomfortable, and that rest and water is probably the best way to feel better and that they'll be okay to go back to the learning environment. All right, with that said, we're going to move on to our parent tips. For all of our parents with 3rd through 6th grade students, the SBA is starting tomorrow. So lots of students will start testing. This is a really big deal across the state of Washington, and tests can often cause kids a little bit of stress. So we're going to try our best to make it fun, make it a celebration, and make it really academic focused. So here is some ideas for you at home and how you can support your child as they go through the SBA testing process. One is to optimize that brain power. One of the most important things your child needs is sleep the night before the test. And once they wake up, a healthy breakfast is huge. Please avoid sugary cereals or donuts, even though that's delicious. We want things with protein. We want things with healthy carbs that kind of stick to their ribs a little bit and keep them motivated. We also want to make sure they feel prepared. We'll have lots of stuff for them, but some kids feel comforted by having their own nice sharp pencils, erasers, and a water bottle is important so that way they can drink water and stay feeling healthy throughout that test. You also want to encourage good study habits and challenge critical thinking. Set time aside for your students to read every day. This helps with their reading fluency on those time tests. It also helps increase comprehension as they read all of the prompts and the passages and they answer questions. Practice does make perfect. Also, please, when you're just talking to your child, challenge them, ask them tough questions, ask them to use their voice about their opinions, ask them ideas, ask them to explain things. This creates critical thinkers, and that helps hugely when they test throughout school. Also, know what to expect. Most teachers do send home reminders and calendars and things about test taking. Make sure you know those things so you know when to talk to your student, when they might need an earlier bedtime, or anything specific that classroom is asking you around testing. The last one is to really just relax and stay positive. I know sometimes as parents, we get stressed out about testing. We want our kids to do well, and that stress shows and can kind of push off onto our students and cause them extra anxiety. So just make sure to motivate them, remind them to work their hardest, and that no matter what, you love them and they're gonna do great and it's gonna be okay. All right, on to our announcements of the week. On Friday, May 12th, we are going to have a shop, drop, and read event in Stuart Gym from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. This is going to be an awesome opportunity for you and your family to come and shop for very free, gently used books to add to your collection. You can have some popcorn and there'll be an opportunity for prizes. More information to come. Also, mark your calendars on Thursday, May 25th. We're also going to be hosting a family math and STEM night, which should be super fun. It's a chance for your family to play math and science games and just come together as a community. So more information coming on that as well. And now, and I'm sure a lot of you have been wondering, why is Baby Yoda on my shoulder? Baby Yoda is on my shoulder because on Thursday, it's May the 4th be with you. I am a huge Star Wars fan, and my youngest son was born on May 4th, so Star Wars Day is a very special day in our house. So if your kiddo happens to have a Star Wars shirt, I would love for them to wear it on Thursday, just as something fun and extra for this week. So thank you everybody for being awesome, and remember, once a star, always a star.